everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be making banana strawberry bread. If you like to see how this recipe is achieved, please keep watching. So for this recipe, I'll be using 3 bananas. You want to make sure your bananas are properly ripe and they're a little bit soft to use for this recipe. You can see the dark colorations on the banana. That's how you want your banana to be before using them. So I'm just gonna peel them and put into a bowl and give them a pretty good mash until they're really soft. So after peeling it, like I said, I'll just be using a fork to just be mashing it gently until they're all mashed up and they're really soft. You can see now they're all mashed up. You can mash it as much as you want, or you can leave some bits of the banana in the bread and to come out nice. So next I'll be adding into a bowl sugar, melted butter, and I'll just be giving it a good mix. I will leave the description of the ingredients on the description box so you can see the ingredients I use for this recipe. And next I'll be adding the mashed bananas. I'll just pour it into the recipe and I'll still give it a good mix. So you want to keep mixing it to make sure all the ingredients are properly incorporated together with each other. And after that, I'll be using 2 eggs for this recipe. So I'm just whisking the egg and I'll be pouring it into the recipe again, and I'll be mixing it again together. So after that, I'll still be mixing it to make sure it's incorporated with the rest of the ingredient like I said earlier on. And now I'll be adding flour. I'll also be adding baking powder and baking soda as well. And now I'll be adding vanilla. So I just used the only vanilla I had at home. It was a remainder, so I just drizzled it all over the recipe. And now I'll be adding salt as well, and after that I'm just gonna give it a good mix to make sure all the ingredients are properly incorporated together like I said. So you just want to keep mixing it to make sure all the ingredients are properly incorporated together and there's no lumps in this recipe. You can see how smooth it looks like. That's the consistency you want to achieve for this recipe. Next, I'll be adding my milk, liquid milk. If this is your first time visiting my channel, you're welcome. Please support me by subscribing to my channel as I upload new recipes every week, and I'll be glad to have you in the Mogus Meals family. Thank you. So I just added my milk and I'm still mixing it together to make sure it's properly incorporated. And this is how my recipe looks like. It's coming together, it's looking good. You can see how light the consistency looks like. That's the consistency you want to achieve for this recipe. So next I'll be adding my strawberries because it's a banana strawberry bread. So I diced up some strawberries and I just added it directly into the recipe, and I'm just giving them a good mix. And after that, I'll be putting it into my pan. So you can see my pan is properly coated with butter and parchment paper. So I coat the pan with parchment paper and butter before adding the recipe to it. So I'm just drizzling the recipe into the pan before baking, and I'll be baking it at 180 degrees for about 15 minutes. You can see how the consistency looks like. It looks good and it looks yum. So after that, you can decide to top it up with strawberries, which I'm doing, or you can ignore this bit and you just go straight to baking. But this makes it looks beautiful when it came out from the oven. It was a very good idea to start with. So I just poured the strawberry in different directions in no particular order into the batter before baking it. Now I'll be baking it, and after baking, this is how my banana strawberry looks like. You can see the strawberry I poured on the top. You can see how colorful it makes this bread to look like, and it's also looking good as well. The colors are all properly blended. And I'll just be cutting it to show you guys the inside of my banana strawberry bread, and it looks yum. This is how it consistency looks. You can still see some strawberries inside the banana bread as well as on the top of the banana bread. Please don't forget to like and share this recipe if you like it with others as well. And thank you for watching. You can see how my banana strawberry bread looks like. It looks good. I couldn't wait for it to cool down before cutting, but it looks good and it looks yum as well. So now I'm just gonna give it a try to tell you guys how it looks. Oh my goodness, you can see how good it looks. It tastes so yum. I came back for another tasting, and trust me, this is yum. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you next week. Thank you.